What's up, everybody? I have a Godforge Alpha Wave 1 video here. I have some recorded footage playing in the background while I kind of ramble a little bit. But basically, I was originally planning on doing a first impressions video, but had a busier weekend than I was expecting. So I never got a chance to make that first impressions video. We're now on day 6, so it doesn't really make sense to make first impressions 6 days in. But basically thought we would just do a quick little account tour, see where I'm at, and kind of touch on a few things. This is, as you can see, my starter, Lady Zoc. Basically the game went live while I was at work, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, so kind of started on my phone and recorded first 15 minutes or so of what I had going on. I won't watch the whole 15 minutes, just kind of wanted something going on in the background while I rambled. As for where I am now, if you look at the HH leaderboard for stage level, I beat 111. You can see rank 282, nothing too crazy going on there. And for challenge level, I've cleared 128 stars, rank 261, so basically the same area as the stage level. And I obviously haven't reached the final boss, so I haven't done any damage to him. As you can see, got 63 people that have made it to the boss and recorded a score. Congrats to all of them. Yeah, I added a couple uncommons. We'll get out of that. Sorry, a little bit of lag in the game opening up. Guess what everybody wants to see first probably is heroes. There was a little bug. One of the levels was giving out legendaries every time you cleared it instead of on your first clear. So I didn't get super lucky and get a bunch of Odins. I did go through that level a few times, testing to see if it was broken, how broken it was. Managed to get quite a few legendaries. As you can see, I got 1 Awakened Ra, 1 Awakened Aphrodite, 5 on Odin. Down here I have an extra Odin that I haven't decided what to do with yet. Don't know if I want to use his imprint or feed him as a 5-star chicken. Loki I did not get from that bug. He is a recent drop from clearing 110, I believe. I did some farming on there. And same thing with Hercules. He was also a random drop, and I do have 1 awakening on my Heimdall. The second Heimdall was not from the bug. So I've gotten pretty lucky even outside of that. One of my new favorites, shout out to Papa Tez and JKG Brandon. We were in a group chat together and saw the power of Anubis. I need to get a lot more HP on him, but probably get rid of a little bit of speed. But I would love to keep the crit rate, crit damage, and really get him smacking like I've seen him do. I didn't completely abandon my starter. You can see I got her up to 4 awakened, level 40, ascended to 3 stars. Zold's been an all-star, also have her 3-star ascended, she's level 5 awakened. Scotty, I'm glad a lot of the creators have jumped on the Scotty doesn't know reference bandwagon. I think it's pretty great for her, gets a good laugh out of me every time I hear it. Another rare that's been an all-star is Shishi, pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but been a great hero. And it's kind of, I've been in a weird spot where I've been going legendaries or rare, but I do have a couple epics built, Achilles and Set. They were both really strong in the early game. I haven't been playing with them, but I've gotten more copies of Guan Yu and Ramses than my starter Lady Zoc. So they're both rank 5 awakened, and I both have them ascended to 3-star to get their passives unlocked, and plan on playing and testing with them before the wave is over. These guys all leveled up are just food. Dagonet and Tristane and Hippolyta. were all pretty good for the early game, but I kind of outgrew them quick, and I really want to test Leonidas. It's kind of a shame that I have him on 3-star, or wow, level 3, not 3-star. I also need to get Green Knight and Beowulf built up. They are both pretty recent unlocks, but I've heard they both hit hard, so I'm really excited to get them built and see what they do. I've also got Bastet, Bernhild, Mordred, and Musashi. That's about it for heroes. Ra's been fun doing some nukes with him, but mine is not very well built. He's still in green and blue gear, so definitely need some work on him. Heimdall I also need to rebuild, but as fun as he is, he's kind of a little buggy, so ends up kind of locking you out of completing the wave. Just because there's a bug with, I believe, his retaliate ability. Looks really sweet though. For imprints, I got Samash from level clear. I did not feed a Samash for an imprint. Same with the epics. None of these were fed. I got all of these as level rewards. And then the rares are a mix. I did feed a bunch and a couple were level rewards. Nothing really too crazy down in the rares. For the weapons, I just recently started weapon farming. I literally didn't have this much gold like an hour ago. I think I only had half of them. Epics I managed to stockpile a good amount of. And rares, got a bunch of rares early. I was kind of in a weird position where I couldn't play actively at work, so I did a lot of farming earlier than I would have if I was able to just play freely. So I kind of stocked up on these rare weapons while I was doing that, and I'm now just kind of catching up with the best stuff. Ekka is definitely one of the strong epic ones. Gain 5% of current HP as attack, so this will be a great weapon for brawlers. If you can get the right stats on it, you can get a big boost to HP, and it'll turn some to attack, and most of the attacks scale off HP and attack, so get double the boost there. Sovnia is a good one for your defenders and invokers. Gain 2% turn meter when attacked, so you just get around to their abilities quicker. And typically your defenders will have taunt or something, so they'll get hit more and boost their turn meter. And your invokers, while they might not get hit as much as a defender, every little bit of speed helps. Also your disruptors, I have one on my Scotty, so she can get around to freezing enemies quicker. World Splitter's real cool, increase all stats by 2%. It's a nice little boost. Mjolnir? I think it's Mjolnir. 250 initial divinity. The Blood Sword's real cool, increase damage of attacks by 15% of this hero's missing HP. Aten is Ra's weapon, and I think it fits Ra real well. Gain 25 divinity when placing a blaze debuff. He has a bunch of blaze in his kit. Ami no Hoko? Attack steal 5% divinity. This has been a huge weapon for wave 1, as a couple of the bosses you can steal their divinity and make sure they get to their ult slower. Gives you more time to stack on damage before they start taking down your team. Yeah, that's about it for weapons. This one's a fun one for wave clearers, I guess, before we leave. Increase damage of the first attack ability each wave by 25%. So if you have someone with a bunch of AoEs, you can throw it on, and every wave they'll be doing increased AoE damage. Getting into the caverns themselves, like I already showed on the leaderboard, up to 111. I've been trying to farm 110. It's been a great source of hero drops. You can also get up to rank 4 hero spirits, which are basically the chickens in this game, and you can get all ranks of heroes. You need to start farming 109 because there's a weapon I want to upgrade that I need Azumo Godsteel for. But basically you get rare and epic Godsteel, you can get more hero spirits, and up to rare heroes. And 108 is where I was doing my weapon farming that I mentioned earlier. Same thing, can get rare epic legendary, up to rank 3 hero spirits. And then I need to get into the 5s. 105 for the green awakening, and 95 for the red. So I can awaken my strength in hunting heroes. And same thing with 85 for the wisdom. I guess if we could do a quick scroll, it's kind of a mishmash of where I have my 2 stars. I haven't really been focusing on the 2 stars. Kind of just been hitting them as I get them. I know a few of them are bugged, so some you just can't do if you're bugged out, but it is alpha, so that's to be expected, especially on the first wave. The only testers before wave 1 were friends and family, which I think was only about 100 players, so insert 5,000 players and you get some totally new results. One thing I will say, it looks like I'm a little rich right now, but I've been very tight on gold. A lot of my heroes don't have maxed out gear just because I've been taking it to 8 or 12 to save gold, but I have not been farming crazy like other people. You can see I got almost 10k energy. I should be farming right now instead of sitting on the home in the sanctum, but it is what it is. Pretty much it for this one. I don't want to get too in depth with the heroes and stuff because it's Alpha Wave 1. A lot of things are going to change between now and potentially even the next wave of Alpha, but definitely by full game release. One of the nice things is auto replay. I wish there was a little more to it in Alpha, where you could at least set a number, but hey, the fact that you can auto farm, I'm not going to complain. One of the things worth calling out, if you're still watching, gear, got these ingot icon right here, so you can sell gear. Unfortunately right now it's 1 at a time. Another really quick thing to touch on is there's promotions, ascensions, and abilities all under upgrade. Got 5 books. Let's see what happens. Only 2 under the last level. More damage. I'll take it. All the damage on him. The more damage, the better. But what I actually wanted to show is, he's a bad example. If we take Dagonet, for example. Nice slider, works really well on PC. Not a fan of it on mobile and my tablet. Even on my tablet, it's too small. But as you can see, I clicked autofill, and it throws in the spirits for us to upgrade, and it uses the XP potions for the levels, and it filled it in for each rank for me. If I get rid of the autofill, whoa, there. It would still look like this if I didn't have autofill on, and you would have to go in and select what you want to use for food. But yeah, that's basically all I have for this one. I have been thoroughly enjoying the alpha so far. I haven't hit the really bad stages that I've heard some of the worst bugs are on. I know there's a issue with Hercules reviving himself constantly, and with Isis doing crazy healing on, I think, every turn instead of just her turn. I'm just kind of getting into that area now, so may feel a little differently in a few days, but as of right now, having a blast. Definitely think they hit the fun factor. I think the heroes look great. Definitely will be some improvements on lighting and different effects between now and global launch. But I think it's a really strong base that they have. Levels look great. I mean, this is definitely one of my favorite with the kind of glowing and lava in the background. I think it looks awesome. And yeah, I think I've rambled enough, so that's it for this one. If you're in Wave 1, let me know how you've been enjoying it down below. And if you're in Wave 2 or 3, let me know what you're looking forward to. Have a good one!